Welcome to the Soaring Through the Holidays Foot Edition. So we're going to talk about your tired feet that are really taking a beating during the holidays. So a lot of people, maybe you're wearing dress shoes at holiday parties. I did that last weekend when we went to the ballet and I wore heels. So I'm not totally against it, like some people think, but you know, there are repercussions. Or maybe you're standing on your feet and doing a lot of shopping, or maybe you work in retail and you're standing on your feet all day. So I want you to know how to counteract these things. But first of all, if you're wearing appropriate footwear, then that's going to be one less thing you have to worry about. So your footwear should be as flat as possible. If you've been wearing heels like for years, then you want to transition slowly into a flat shoe because it can cause a lot of pain. But otherwise, I want you to look at your shoes. You might be wearing heels when you don't think you're wearing heels. Even tennis shoes, the heel is higher than the forefoot. And the other thing I want you to do is put your foot on the floor, your bare foot, really spread out the toes here, and then put your shoe next to your foot, and you're going to look down and see that those shoes are probably more narrow than your foot is. So that's going to be compressing that foot the whole time, and that restricts blood flow. It causes all kinds of issues with your feet, nerve damage, all sorts of things. So we need to counteract that. I'm not going to ask you to throw out all your shoes and buy all new shoes, though that would be awesome, but I'm not going to ask you to do that. So the first thing you might want to do is, if you've been out shopping all day or wearing shoes, so you want to get home and you're going to take your shoes off and take off your socks. And what I want you to do is, you can take your foot, you can take one finger between each toe and just hold on there. And that's going to really spread those toes out. Now, you might want to, instead, you can go to like the dollar store or the drugstore and get those toe spreaders that you use when you paint your toenails or when you get a pedicure. They're really inexpensive. They'll do this too, and you don't have to hold it. But this is free, so why not go with the free one? You can do this and watch a Hallmark movie if you want to. 15 minutes one side, 15 minutes the other, or you can do them both at the same time. That is totally up to you. And maybe 15 minutes is too much. Listen to your body and see how it feels. Okay? That's the first thing that's going to start getting some circulation back to your feet. And when I stand up, you might lose the upper half of my body. But the foot is what's important. So you can take a tennis ball, and this is my dog's ball, so we're borrowing his ball for a minute. And you're going to stand up. Now, when you stand up, you want to be sure your weight is on your heels. So you're not standing like this. Okay, these hips are directly over your ankle. So ankle, knee, hip. Okay, think of the heel. The heel is big. The bone in the heel is big and thick. And that is meant to support your weight. The bones in the forefoot are small and frail comparatively. So they're not meant for all your weight to be there. So if you feel like your toes are gripping the floor at any time, you need to back your hips up. Okay? And then you can put your forefoot on the ball. And I'm going to let my toes just drape over the ball here. So I'm not holding them up and I'm not rolling around. My foot is forward, my hips are forward, and my weight is stacked over this ankle. My off foot is right next to the foot on the ball. So I'm not back here and I'm not up here. Okay? Everything stays lined up. Then after 15-30 seconds like this, I'm going to roll the ball side to side and then roll it back a little bit. So now it's on my forefoot, not just under my toes. And I take a step with my off leg. I'll show you that again. I was back here, and then I roll it up, and I don't let this foot stay. It comes with me. Weight is stacked. Ankle, knee, hip. Don't let this happen. Hold it 15 to 30 seconds. Roll side to side. Look down and make sure you haven't turned your foot out. Your body is a terrific liar. So you might think that your foot isn't turned out, and then when you look down, it is. So you want to look down at that and make sure. Okay? And you're going to keep this process over of holding it, letting the foot relax over the ball, and rolling it side to side, and then rolling back, as long as you can keep your heel on the floor. The moment you can't keep your heel on the floor, you've gone back too far. Do that on both sides. Okay? Then you're going to get, I have this half round here. This is just like the ones I have in the studio, except it's white instead of black. You could also have a rolled up towel. You're going to use whatever. Put your forefoot on it, heel down. Weight is stacked over this stretching leg, off foot. It might be back here, and you might be getting a heck of a stretch right there. Maybe not. The temptation to increase the stretch is to push your hips forward. I don't want you to do that. I want you to always maintain that alignment, okay? So hip, knee, ankle. And then to increase it, you can bring this off foot forward. So my weight is actually on this stretching leg. I could be off of this foot entirely. That's your goal. But when you step forward here, I don't want you twisting your hips at all. Everything stays forward, okay? And you might just be inching up here, but you don't want to go so far forward that your hips start to come forward. You want everything here to stay aligned. It's a lot to think about, I know. But basically, if you're getting a stretch in this calf and you're lined up right here, you're good to go, okay? Do the other side. 1 minute each side, twice a day. So it's going to take 4 minutes out of your day. Not too bad. I've probably, if you're a client, you've heard me say, put this in your bathroom, under your bathroom sink. So every time you brush your teeth or you do your hair, you do your makeup, you can stretch your calves at the same time. You're probably going to be in your bathroom twice a day. Okay, now we're going to do a top of the foot stretch. So you're standing. This time my standing leg is going to be the one further from the camera, and my other leg is going back here. Now I am on top of my big toe. So I'm going to show you from this way. It's back here. Matter of fact, let me show you like this. I am not letting that collapse in, okay? It's not collapsing out. I am straight on to that big toe. From the side, looks like this. All right? And again, not letting my hips just go forward like that. I'm staying back here. Now you can have your knee bent. You can have your leg more straight. You can hold on to a chair or put your hand on the wall. Whatever you need to do for your balance. Just don't roll off that big toe particularly. You really want to get into that tension on the top of the foot, in the front of the leg, in the front of the ankle. And if this feels awesome and you want to try a little harder, you can bend both knees, take this foot back, and then stand back up again and intensify that stretch. But listen to your own body. Please don't go beyond your boundaries, okay? So I hope that these help you. They're all really good for reducing that foot pain during these stressful months leading up to the new year. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, a very happy new year, and I will see you soon.